Race number 5 at Belmont Park on Saturday will jump at 2:42. It's the WA Bookmakers Association handicap over the sprint distance of 1200 metres. It's for 2-year-olds and upwards, a 72 plus affair. The replay horse is Profit Street. We're going to look at its run back in April at Ascot Racecourse when it won under William Pike.
American Star, but into the home straight, Furious Dame. Coming back to Dainty Test quickly. Dainty Test raced up, hit the front, 200 left to go from Woolabar. Kiwanzo, Red Paddy conceded. They're coming down the outside with Profit Street from the tail of the field. Red Paddy, Profit Street, Red Paddy together. Dainty Test near the rail. Profit Street hit the front, though, coming from last. A super win. Profit Street beat...
Excellent performance there from Profit Street. They paid $77,500 for this Viscount gelding, which is having its 5th straight run over 1200 metres either side of a 175-day spell. William Pike has won on each of his last 3 rides on him, including that race we saw in replay there. So Pike and Profit Street, a very profitable combination. Other horses to consider here, number 5, Maginica, a gelding which has won 4 of its 5 starts over 1200 metres, including a perfect 2 from 2 over course and distance. He's won over more ground, but his stats do suggest that 1200 metres is the trip over which he is most effective. Max Almighty, a gelding returns to Belmont Park after finishing 8th of 13 in a 1200 metre race, featuring many familiar faces. He won a higher class event over 1200 metres at Ascot 3 months ago, so certainly in the mix here. And it would be remiss of us not to mention Gatting. He won the Derby, I think it was about 9 weeks ago now. He's won 2 races over 1100 metres, so he does have sprints in his legs, but you'd expect that Darren McAuliffe is getting ready for something a little bit further down the track. My selection's in race 5, number 4, Profit Street. William Pike goes aboard, and the Wizard can conjure up another brilliant performance from this fast finishing horse. From number 5, Maginica, number 2, Max Almighty, and number 6, Meteoroid. Race number 6 at Belmont Park on Saturday will jump at 3:20. It's the Amelia Park handicap over 1400 metres. It's for 2-year-olds and upwards, but it's the domain of coats and geldings only. It's a 1 Metro win 62 plus affair. The replay horse we're going to look at is the cerise and white colours of Western Temple, finishing 2nd at Ascot Racecourse during the Autumn Carnival.
The favourites in a world of pain coming around the corner. Wobbled badly. Variation got to a Western Temple, went up near the inside. Minus looks further back, but Variation goes for home. The Guineas winner at the 100 clear. Quilista comes again from Western Temple. Variation in front. Hard ridden from Western Temple. Quilista and Variation. He got revenge on them today.
Decent performance that by Western Temple. A dream ahead gelding which ended its most recent campaign with a 2nd in the Rack-on Turk Stakes during the Ascot Autumn Carnival. 2 seconds in listed company is excellent form for this class event, and it has to go on top. Others of interest, number 11, Jatumi, a reset gelding which finished its first up assignment over 1200 metres at Ascot 3 weeks ago very strongly, posting the fastest late splits. He may want further than 1400 metres, but he's certainly a likely improver second up. Number 12, Man Time, a Denman gelding which is having his first crack at both Belmont Park and 1400 metres. I've looked at its pedigree. I'm somewhat concerned about the 1400 metres, but this isn't the greatest race of all time, and certainly in my numbers. And probably one of the more frustrating horses at races in Western Australia. Number 5, that's Gloryland. They paid $50,000 for this gelding. He's absolutely impossible to catch. He had 2 great performances, followed by absolutely 2 bad ones. I'm putting him in on suspicion because if he runs a good race, he'll be going at decent odds. My selection's in race 6, number 7, Western Temple, from number 11, Jatumi, number 12, Man Time, and number 5, the impossible to catch, Gloryland. Race number 7 at Belmont Park on Saturday will jump at 4 o'clock. It's the Auto Classic BMW handicap over the staying distance of 2,200 metres. It's a 2-year-old and upward affair at 66 plus. The replay horses, there's 2 of them. We're going to look at Rosewood Hill and Capodoro, finishing 1st and 2nd respectively at Ascot on the 13th of May.
Rosewood Hill, Capodoro, 3/4, Rosewood Hill at the top of the straight. It sticks on well, Rosewood Hill. In fact, it looked to be going better than Capodoro, and then 2 lengths Cost Your Zilch, followed by Proxy. Rosewood Hill down to the 150 with Capodoro fighting back. He draws the whip. Rosewood Hill going better though than Capodoro, much better than it, and it's going to record its 2nd win in 4 days. Rosewood Hill beat Capodoro.
Good performances there by Rosewood Hill and Capodoro. Rosewood Hill is a mare which is backing up 6 days after finishing 5th of 13 over 2,000 metres at Pinjarra Park. She had won 2 on the spin under Aaron Mitchell before last weekend's loss. he jumps back aboard her, so a big chance here on Saturday. Capo d'Oro had registered 3 consecutive second places in 2,200 metre races at Ascot since Easter Saturday. William Pike jumps off his back and elects to ride Burgio instead. Maybe that's a pointer towards Burgio, which has finished either first or second in 5 of his last 6 races and regains the services of the Wizard, who has partnered in the most recent 4 of them. He does race as if 2,200 metres will suit. The other horse worth mentioning is number 2, ENTRECHAT. The format of her recent runs has been frantic in midweek class, and therefore you've got to have her in your numbers. My selection's on top. I'm going with number 5, Capo d'Oro. I know Pike has elected to ride Burgio instead, but this consistent galloper is ready to break his run of seconds with a win. From number 4, Rosewood Hill, number 3, Pike's Burgio, and number 2, ENTRECHAT. Race number 8 at Belmont Park on Saturday will be the Tab Touch Handicap. It will jump at 440 and round out the card. It's a 2-year-old upwards affair at 72 plus. Our replay horse is the remarkable Tonka Tough, winning at Belmont Park over 1,600 metres on the 27th of May.
There's Tonka Tough, still on the move around them, 4 deep. They're followed by Red Publisher. Back behind them, Terra 4, Street Bandit, and now Politics at the 250. Mickey Two Toes grabbed the lead. Military Ruler's gone. Tonka Tough keeps coming on the outside. Red Publisher getting up in the middle. Mickey Two Toes, Tonka Tough on the outside, hit the front. Red Publisher trying to go with them, but Tonka Tough makes it 3 in a line. Tonka Tough beat Mickey Two.
It's really hard to knock Tonka Tough, and I'm not going to. He's a gelding who reunites with Ryan the Boy Hill after Clint Johnston Porter steered into victory in that race last time out. He's now won 3 races on the bounce, and he's performing better than ever. He certainly has to be in the frame here. My on-top selection, though, is number 2, Astronomite, a gelding which raced wide and cleanly when 9th of 9 behind Tonka Tough in our replay race. It may well be worth forgiving him for that run. Nothing went right, and he had put in really good speed figures first up, and maybe that's another excuse for the flat run second time in. Other horses worth considering, number 5, Red Publisher, a gelding which kept on well to finish 3rd of 9 behind Tonka Tough in the replay race. He hasn't won beyond 1,400 metres. He may well be suited better to that distance, but again, this isn't the strongest of races. Outside of those form lines, maybe number 6, Dane Finn, is worth looking at. Finished 8th of 12 over 1,400 metres at Belmont 7 days ago in what was his first run since switching trains from David Jones to Simon Foster. He's finally drawn a good gate, and second up for Foster, expecting some improvement. My selections in the last, number 2, Astronomite, legitimate exclusives for this flat second up run 2 weeks ago. It may pay dividends to forgive him for that effort. From number 4, Tonka Tough, 6, Dane Finn, and number 5, Red Publisher. It was a tough day for the punters at Belmont Park on Wednesday. Only one favourite saluted the judge, and that was in the first race of the day. Expecting to be a little bit easier on Saturday at the same venue. My best bets on the card: race number 4, number 2, Minus Looks, Peter Hall and Steve Wolf combining there, and race 5, number 4, Profit Street, Team Giadrescu with the champion jockey, William Pike. It's easy to keep up to date with what's going on at Perth Racing. You can follow us on social media, and of course you can come to our brand new website at www.perthracing.com.au. That wraps up the Saturday edition of the Box Seat. Good luck and good punting.